So the full-time whistle has just blown up Murrayfield. Scotland against Italy in the second game of weekend 1 of the Six Nations. These are my instant thoughts following that full-time whistle. Leave me your thoughts in the comments down below and we can start a conversation there. Spoiler alert, here is the score that's coming, and it finished Scotland 31, Italy 19. And that man, Hugh Jones, the hero for Scotland, with a hat-trick. And the attacking incision that they had just made the difference in the end. Italy were very spirited, particularly in that second half, and will go away feeling they deserved a losing bonus point at least. And they didn't manage to get that at the end. And that was due to some resolute Scottish defence, in fairness. Lots to talk about. Like I say, give the video a thumbs up and hit subscribe on the channel and tell me what you thought. Just firstly, big picture thoughts here, because this is just me spilling my thoughts out of my brain following the full-time whistle. As curtain raisers go for rugby matches, you know, watching the haka is very special before a game. I've never seen that in New Zealand. I want to tick that one off at some point. But Flower of Scotland in Edinburgh is amazing. We have been treated, like, just in terms of the anthems, some absolute bangers at the Six Nations, and we've La Marseillaise in Paris, Flower of Scotland in Scotland, very, very special, and nothing to do with the actual rugby on the pitch, but it's moments like that that just a part of why the Six Nations is so very special. What else? Oh, World's Strongest Man, Tom Stoltman, made an appearance. That's a big old unit, isn't he? Any rugby team want to sign him up? He made like a full size 5 rugby ball, looked like one of those little miniature balls that kids buy to get signatures on. And we didn't have Sweet Caroline that I heard on the stadium, but the DJ didn't play Sweet Caroline, which made a change. That was nice. But did play DJ Otzi, did play Cher, did play Wigfield Saturday night. So I don't know if they're quite bangers in the same way that Flower of Scotland was. See, France's performance yesterday, lots to love about that, but it was a total mismatch. This was edgy, competitive, and going into the final quarter, it was locked at 19-all, and I think we needed that one. I'm hoping, just purely with my England fan hat on, I'm hoping that it's close in the game that's coming up in a little bit. Horrible first half for Italy, really poor. They were passive, they were inaccurate. Their set piece wasn't very good, and it was probably a horrible first 15 minutes of the second half for Scotland. But I think you have to credit the fact that Italy were poor, partly because Scotland were very good, getting to the edges, their attacking shapes coming in, going up the middle, varying the way they played, putting little dink kicks in to keep Italy guessing. And equally, part of the reason why Scotland didn't look as good at the start of the second half is because Italy were so much better. The defensive energy that they brought was the source of much of their good play and many of their points in this one. Scotland in that first half, lots of deception, lovely attack. And yeah, it was Darge and Fagerson just messing up Italy's breakdown. And having those two guys doing what they do, the turnover balls that Scotland get, that's when they're really dangerous. Turnover ball with some of the guys in their backline, they can shred you. Kinghorn, Jones, Van der Merwe, Graham. It's pretty potent, and when it goes, it's really, really good. Second half, Italy woke up, defensive energy, forcing errors, and I don't know. On Scotland players, I've talked up Hugh Jones. I mean, he's going to be on the British and Irish Lions tour. So is Finn Russell, but that was not a good performance from Finn Russell, was it? Not. I mean, he's kind of the duality of Finn Russell. He's amazing and can be poor in the same 80 minutes, and he was both today. I'd say, like yesterday, Jack Morgan's stock has gone up for the British and Irish Lions. Hugh Jones's stock has gone up. For this game, Finn Russell's down. So let's see how Prendergast, Crowley, and Marcus Smith get on in the next game. Also, I haven't seen, like, man marking's not really a thing in rugby, or is it? Because I'll tell you what, in that first half, it did look like every time Menoncello got the ball, Rory Darge was just on him. Clearly, what he'd been told to do, just be where Menoncello is and end him. Yeah, it didn't seem likely after the first 40 minutes that it was going to be all square going into that final quarter, because the first half stats that they put up on the telly, at half time, 66% possession for Scotland, 3 times as many metres made, and Italy had made 3 times as many tackles. So the fact it was only 19-9 at half time I mean, Italy probably will be thinking we got away with that there. There was the try from Rory Darge from close range. Hugh Jones, his first try. Ben White got a try as well. Lovely offload from Dave Cherry as well. Little chicken wing offload. Finn Russell, big moment just before half-time, blew a chance at a fourth try, but you've got to credit Cannoni for the cover tackle along with Menoncello on that one. Italy managed to get 3 penalties. Good nudges as well from Tommy Allen. 19 points to 9 at half-time. On the 3 points, by the way, that just goes to show why taking 3 points in international rugby is so important, because it kept Italy just in touch. Scotland, when it was 19 all, and I'll come to the second half, turned down 3 points and then butchered it. And I don't know. It seems to be the trend at the minute, both in club rugby and international rugby, and I'm sure we'll see it from Ireland in a bit. If they get a penalty, quite often they go for the corner and go for the jugular. And I like it, the confidence, and 7 points is better than 3, and if you back yourself, but tight games, it can backfire. It could have backfired. As it happened, they had a bit of class in their team. Darcy Graham and Hugh Jones finishing the job off. But like I say, 19-9 at half-time. Martin Johnson doing the old... Do you know one thing I love? On the telly, he said, they said, right, so Martin, what's the mindset of Scotland? And he went, Scotland, it's 0-0. I don't think he used those words exactly, but it was like, basically, it's exactly the same thing that your coach when you were an under-13s rugby player used to say. Like, you could be 50-0 up or 50-0 down on the scoreboard, and your coach goes, 0-0, lads, it's 0-0. And I love the fact that even at the elite level, that was Martin Johnson's thoughts. But as it happened, Scotland did not play as well as the start of the game. And Italy came out a completely different team, started whacking people, taking names. Menoncello putting some bone crunchers in. And that tackle from Menoncello on Fagerson earned them a penalty, which got them to within 7 points. And then that intercept try from Nacho Brex. What was Finn Russell thinking? That might be the worst intercept try I've ever seen. Just purely because of the fact Brex flew up out the line and he was stood there looking at Finn Russell, stood basically still, and Finn Russell still passed him the ball. It was a brain fade, but, you know, like I say, the duality of Finn. But Darcy Graham was the guy that made the difference in the end. 62 minutes on the clock, hot stepping through traffic like an NFL running back, found open field, linked up with Hugh Jones, try time. And then could have gone through again, but for a Ross Vincent tap. But the hat-trick came in the end. Game over at that point, 31 points to 19. There was a chance for a grandstand finish, but Italy, it was JC, didn't he, drop the ball when he was a few metres out. Also, there was a maul near the end. And bearing in mind, even if they'd have just got a losing bonus point out of this, it would have been something. They had a beautifully set maul, moved off the side. Carl Dixon, the ref, said, it's the same maul, as in you can carry on. And I can't remember which player it was. Was it Nicolo Cannoni? Just ran off the back on his own and opportunity gone. Don't understand that. Good win for Scotland. The penalty count from Scotland in the second half was too high. When the pressure comes on, they need to stay on top of their discipline. It has hurt them before, and it will hurt them again against better teams. The rucks were a total mess all over. Maybe that's just two teams that are really attacking it, and Carl Dixon maybe not getting on top of it early enough in the game. When Italy click, they can be properly slick. They're a very good rugby team, but Scotland just had too much class. And even without Sione Tuipulotu, that back line is stacked with talent. And yeah, those outside backs, 11, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, they've got some skills. And they managed to get the ball to them a lot today. They'll enjoy that one, rightly so. So Scotland are up and running, full 5 points. And Italy on 0. Revenge for last year for Scotland, but enough that Italy can take forward to that one into the next game and think they can be competitive and try and build on what they did last year. But they will be disappointed not to get at least a losing bonus point out of that. And having fought themselves back to 19 all and having the momentum with them, they'll rue some of the opportunities missed in the end. Good win for Scotland, best team won. And on to the next one. Right, thank you very much for watching the channel. Give the video a thumbs up, please. Leave your comment down below and hit subscribe.